In this video, I will be sharing with you my version of my heavier bug out bag. But if you're new to this channel, my name is Wes and welcome to Backpacking Central, where we're all about backpacking, camping, and being prepared. Let's get into it. To start, as you can see, this bag is extremely heavy. Probably too heavy, and some of you may think that it's maybe a bit excessive. And as I continue to buy and obtain different kinds and different qualities of gear, I will pare this down to maybe a more lightweight bag. This is not something you're going to be able to carry for very long. This is more something maybe that you want to put in your car. Toss it in your car to wherever you're going. As you can see, I have a bunch of different carabiners for climbing attached to the outside of the bag here. For any of you that are into climbing at all, here's a ATC device which is used for rappelling and some other things to do. This is a rope here, black diamond rope. I'll leave links to a lot of these things down in the description for the carabiners. I got these at REI, the carabiners here. Same with the rope, 35 meters, so that's about 116, 120 feet, something like that. I have it strapped to the bottom, as well as a wool blanket here. This was 30 bucks. I got it on Amazon. This will keep you warm. It's a little heavy, but it'll keep you warm. Diving on in to the top here, I have 4 water bottles. You can see that. I have 2 on each side, 2 water bottles on each side. Starting with the top here, this is more of my quick access. You want to be able to get to this stuff relatively quickly. I have a small little flashlight here to maybe see, inside the pocket. If it's dark, this is a emergency bandage here. You rip it open, and it's got dressing on it, as well as my little compact first aid kit. I think I've showed this before, I'm not sure, but it's got sting relief, alcohol, pads, gloves, like little nitrile gloves. Moving on to the other side of the top here, something you also would most likely use relatively frequently. This is my water bag that goes with the Sawyer Mini. For any of you who are not familiar, this is a pretty flagship, nice cheap 20 bucks with the straw. And this is how you clean it. You push it, you push out the filter, and then you can fill water to this, dirty water in this, and screw it onto the top here and just drink out of it. Or it also screws onto my water bottles on the side here, as well as your toiletry stuff, toilet paper and wipes, which is other commonly used. You don't want to necessarily have to go digging like crazy for those to find those things. That is what is in the top here. Moving on, once you open the top of this, it is packed pretty fully packed to the brim. Something. Starting off at the top here, I have my food bag. This should get me through several days. I have Mountain House stuff, oatmeal, and I'm going to add some more stuff. This is a relatively big bag. I can tie this carabiner rope, which I'll show you later, into a tree for my food stuff. Set that to the side. Moving on, we have emergency rain gear. This is the Frog Tog. This is 20 bucks. I believe I'll put links in the description. This is jacket and pants, followed by my survival kit. This is something where I could just use this. This is something I added. May not necessarily be absolutely necessary. I have a video on this to see what is in here. Some of this is redundant extra stuff, like there's another water filter in here, other lighters and stuff. Here's my little hat that has my cooking stuff in it. I need to get a mesh bag again, and I will make updated videos on lighter, different, better stuff. This has got insect repellent, fire starter, stove, flame tablets, stormproof matches, lighters, and more fuel tabs, as well as my little hat to keep me warm. Diving deeper, here's my sleeping bag. I think this is like to 45 degrees, so not necessarily super cold. I need to get a better one. Again, more, I will update you with things I get. Here are just some bags, Ziploc bags. There's 2 or 3 big ones, and then the smaller ones, like the sandwich ones, and then the really small ones, and a couple contractor trash bags. You know, you never know when you'd need those. This is an underquilt. For any of you who are not familiar with hammocks, which is what the setup I have going on here. Again, I will get into tents. I'll most likely put in a tent here. Tents can be a little lighter, but this is my underquilt. You put it under the hammock for the colder weather. I also have a story about that. Tune into my next video about me testing that out and how well it does in the cold. This is my clothes, so this is a nice seat to summit. I love this dry bag. It's got the little cinch things to make it smaller. This is, I believe, 2 days worth of clothes. You know, like if you were to change them every day, which obviously you could stretch that out some, depending on what kind of situation you get yourself in with this kind of bag. Followed by my harness. Obviously the rope and all the climbing stuff on the outside is useless. Well, not completely. I guess you could makeshift one out of a rope, but this doesn't weigh much, and you could even strap this to the back or put this to strap it to the sides of the straps if you wanted to. But there's my climbing harness. I believe that is it for the top here. Then moving on to the bottom, obviously here we have the rope. The rope, 35 meters on the bottom, and the wool quilt, wool blanket, whatever you want to call it. Nice and green if you want it to stay camoed. This is in addition to my my hammock or my my sleeping bag in terms of keeping warm. And in the bottom here, this is my sleep system, which is my hammock. So my water bottles fall out here. I have several. This is 100 feet, regular 550 paracord, and this is new here. I love this. This is Survivor Cord XT. I think this is relatively new. This is tested to 1,000 pounds. I believe it's 750 paracord, and I'll put a link to this in the description. But this has got snare wire or copper wire, 4 snares, tinder inside of it. It's got fishing line in it as well. There's several other things. You can check this out. This is nice. I believe this is 100 feet. A little more expensive than the regular paracord, but could definitely come in handy. And here's my hammock stuff. The water bottle falls out. Hammock straps. Hammock with a bug net attached to it, which is nice. Then you don't have to carry an extra bug net. Followed by the tarp, nice tarp, and the stakes and the bungee line to hold the bug net up off the ground. And that is it there for my sleeping system in the bottom. And then this is moving on to the front pocket here. Front pocket has the other stuff. I got a knife in here, more knife. It's as sharp as anything. It's only like 12 bucks or something. I got some pens and Sharpies, followed by a little flip around. This thing is cool. Toothbrush. You flip it and flip it out. Nice and lightweight, doesn't weigh anything. And I got a card. It's wrapped with, I don't know, probably 10, 12, 15 feet of not duct tape. This is actually T-Rex tape, which is supposed to be stronger. Then I have some pills, Advil, Tylenol, ibuprofen, extra batteries for my flashlights, sunscreen, toothpaste, the mini toothpaste. Doesn't weigh a lot. Then I have contacts and some emergency packets. My other flashlight obviously gets brighter. Gets brighter here. And then I have my signaling mirror, which is cool because you can look here. And you can find out where to flash the camera in this case. Nice and accessible up here in the pocket. as well as a bandana. Can be used for a billion different things. A spork, nice light titanium spork for eating my food, obviously. Another flashlight, smaller, cheaper. A loud whistle for signaling. Another whistle, actually, not as loud, with the integrated compass on here. A thermometer and a magnifying glass tucked away back there. And that's going to be it for my pocket. This is the Kelty Lakota 65 bag. I did a review of this. You can check it out if you would like. And then the last thing is little hip pockets here. This is something that you want to be, you know, nice and accessible. This is just a folding knife, some alcohol wipes for washing your hands, or whatever you want, and a little cheap Walmart pocket knife for, you know, different chores, or, you know, fixing a stick or a spear, or whatever you want. And that is my bug out bag. It comes out to about 40 pounds, which I know for some of you is just not doable. Would it be fun? No. Could I do it? Yes. Maybe not for a month, but, you know, bugging out, you know, and I'll talk about this in more depth in another video. Bugging out is not necessarily, you know, going for weeks on end. You know, I'm not going to live on this bag for a month. You know, this is to get me from point A to point B, you know, to where I'm planning to bug out to. So there's my video. I will have future update videos on making this lighter and better, and, you know, warmer stuff and different stuff, and I will keep you guys updated. I'll see you in the next one.